TAMU-Kingsville. You want to start off with some questions?
Go ahead, Travis.
Yeah, Coach. What would you like from today?
I thought we played with great energy. I thought we played with great togetherness. We really struggled on the defensive glass. Saturday at our scrimmage, we did not contest shots at the rate that we needed to, dramatically better. I thought we played unselfish. I thought we played for one another. Our ball screen coverage was not great, but overall, to be able to play for the first time in front of fans, I thought there were a lot of good things.
Kind of a reflection point at this point in the season, looking back at where y'all were in this game last year and how it turned out this year, does that show an upward trajectory from?
I hope so. I hope so. They should have beat us last year. The officials were trying to help us. But I do think that our adjustments in running our defense the second year, you could see some of that tonight. And I think some of the things that we're doing in early offense fit our personnel, which allows us to play at probably a better pace. I think the depth of our team should be a positive. And I think in time, the versatility of how we can mix and match, like I talked to you about the other day, could be really good for us.
Yeah, to that note, I know plus minus isn't necessarily a great stat, but when you're running line changes and you just see those numbers.
Yeah, you can see it.
It's kind of like a little bit of a race. Was that a good indication?
I did a little bit of that in the scrimmage, and then wanted to mix and match a little bit in the second half. Didn't stay true to it until after the second media timeout. I don't know if that's good or bad, but I think it's good relative to the reps. It's kind of bad that we didn't maybe mix and match as early as we should have, but I just thought we were playing in a good groove, and so I just left it alone.
Do you have a good idea of what rotation, starting lineup, are those starting to come together in your mind a little bit after this?
Not yet. I have some thoughts. I like the group that we started, but there is some positives from the guys that didn't start. And so I think it'll probably take us a few weeks to kind of figure that out.
Coach Estelle, what has this series kind of meant for y'all the last 4 years to kick things off?
Oh man, I tell you what, it's this is a very difficult game for me and him. I mean, it's good for y'all's fans tonight, but you know, we're family, and the man that made this happen, Lewis Orr, who we both owe our career to have him and Miss Orr here, to be able to see two of his children, as he say, compete, and see that the investment that he put into our lives and our families' lives come to fruition. That's why I play the game. You know, I play the game for our guys to see what an elite team looks like. And this was a tournament team. I know it's the first game, and you know they're really good. They make it very difficult to run offense. They play together. They play hard. This is a tournament team. I'm not surprised what Buzz and his staff has accumulated here. I think I said this in the very first time. It takes time, and this is the year I think you're going to really see what Buzz and his staff has put together. Because that team that was out there, we just got through playing, it's hard to play against. And it reminded me a lot of, I have 14 years in junior college, and Buzz came either junior college product, but that's how junior college teams play. They play hard. They play a lot of different lineups. They play, you know, because they're all trying to go to the next level. And for him to be able to put that together at this high major Division I in this world of NIL and everyone thinking about me and the NBA, that's a tribute to him and his staff.
Coach Williams, just talk about the impact of this year's newcomers so far. I mean, you can already see an immediate impact in the inside and in terms of athleticism on the team.
Yeah, I think our staff was phenomenal in identifying their character. I think all of those guys fit how we want to work each day, so that would be the first thing. I think they fit what we want to be about relative to Texas A&M. They have accepted all that comes with being a student and being an athlete here. And I think that they identified where we were deficient last year and where we need to improve. And I think each of those guys, Solo and EP, we signed early. Solo was Louisiana Player of the Year. EP is a JUCO guy that will have 3 years left because of COVID. And then the 4 transfers, with Dexter being the only graduate transfer. So those are guys that are going to have, if they stay, multiple years in the program. And so hopefully we're kind of building not only the talent, but also the roster where we have the versatility we want to play with.
And just talk about Solomon Washington's individual performance tonight. 15
I think he's a animal. I love him. I love him. I love him as a kid. I love his story. I love where he's from. He's from the 9th Ward in New Orleans. His high school is in the 9th Ward. Obviously, I coached at New Orleans. Devin Johnson, my associate head coach, I met him when I was the head coach at UNO. I like those kind of guys with those kinds of stories. He has a very high IQ. You wouldn't know it unless you spend time around him. He's very, very intelligent. And because of the stories involved in how he got here, he has received everything that we do in a very positive way at a very early age.
Ethan Henderson,
He's got some work to do to get back on the team. None of it would be conduct related, but he's going to be away for a while.
Anything else?
Coach Estelle, for you, you have 9 new faces on this team. Really, this is their first competitive game playing together as a team. What do you take away in terms of your team's performance as you guys get ready for your regular season?
This is a very difficult game for newcomers. This was a difficult challenge. But at the end of the day, we have to gauge it differently with, did they compete? Did they try to fight? Did they, I know they wouldn't execute to that level, especially with, the type of defense that Buzz was playing tonight. But, I'm proud of these young men. You say, well, how can you be proud of them when you got beat like you did? But, it takes a lot of courage to come, from Kingsville, Texas, a little small community, and South Texas, and come up here and play a SEC Hall of Fame coach like Buzz. And, it's humbling in a lot of ways for them, because I think a lot of times kids, and especially, you can attest to this, Buzz, in basketball, they're a little delusional at times of how good they really are until they actually get in the heat. And like I said, as a junior college coach, you develop kids that played at this level, so you kind of have a feel for it, and you try to tell them what's coming. But I don't have to say that probably Monday. And as a matter of fact, I told him if I have to say it, then I won't be talking to you too much, the rest of the year. But no, I have, those kids have a lot of character, man. And we play at a level that there's not a lot of bells and whistles. The community there in Kingsville, we had a good showing here to embrace these young men, and they're my guys. I love them when we win. I've sat up here the first 2 times when we played, and we played well, and I'm gonna own this one too. I can get better, things I can do. So I love them, and I'm just so appreciative of Texas A&M and Buzz Williams, my dear friend, for this opportunity to bring our kids up here and show them what first class looks like.
There's one more positive and negative. Positive free throw percentage compared to last year.
That was good. Yeah.
85%?
Yeah, pretty good. Solo making 5 of 6. That's a good start. I wish some of this counted. I wish this would be added to our cumulative stats.
And then turnovers, is that just indicative of first game? Or
It was 9 in the first half, 7 in the second half. Some of those I created with the mixing and matching towards the end of the game. I think 2 of those 9 in the first half, I deemed them as home run turnovers. Little too high of a turnover rate. We had too high of a turnover rate on Saturday. This is a little better. It was a little faster game, but it's still something that we have emphasized this week that we need to improve on.